Graham, firstly, good victory today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cup tie, and obviously we had a cup tie the other night and we lost, but today it was, I wouldn't say comfortable, but nice to score early and nice to be 3 goals up at half time.
A professional performance there, some players rotated in, given a chance?
Yeah, I mean, that was always the aim, even going back weeks ago we talked about this tie, but all I said to the players was really, we've been sort of maybe boasting a bit how strong the squad is, and obviously it's been stretched to the limit this week, as you can see, but good response from the lads who came in, and obviously gives you something to think about, options. So no, really pleased with the lads who come in. You
rotated the strike force today. Chris Holroyd, Mike Fondop come in, both score within the first 10 to 15 minutes, so it gives you something to think about. And that's, I suppose, when you're picking a squad, picking a matchday squad, you want players competitively and scoring goals.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see when we go to Aldershot next week, and then rapidly it's 3 or 4 tough games in a short space of time. So I think we are going to be stretched, but I think it was more important today that lads got 90 minutes, and that wasn't being disrespectful to the competition. It was more a case of we think the squad's good enough, and they had to go out and prove it, which they did.
And Boston, they came with the game plan, they stuck to it, they kept working despite the going down early to a couple of goals, and in that second half the weather made it tough, so it was a hard fought battle.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good exercise for the lads, but also, like you say, I mean, in fairness to Boston, never ever took the foot off the pedal, even at 3 and even in the second half. So credit to them. I can see why they're having a good season. Obviously we've done our homework on them against Chorley last week, so no surprise. I just warned the lads about the pre-season game at Telford, and the incentive was there. A little bit of a couple of days off to sort of rest up for the tough campaign coming.
And good to see a reaction. Obviously, Tuesday, not was what everyone wanted, but you get a chance to come back. We get another break, another week for the up until the next league game.
No, that's important for myself, for the team, for everybody. That no matter how we look at it, it was cruel. We were down to 10 men with so long to go, but it was a 4-0 scoreline. Probably not really justified, but you do have, like you say, to bounce back, and it sort of just pushes it further back into the memory bank now, and we can kick on. Good
to see a couple of the youngsters involved in the matchday squad today. Matty Sargent coming on for his debut, and Jack Thorne unlucky not to make his his debut with the ball not going out of play.
Yeah, not knocking the officials, obviously, because I think a bit of communication problems with whether poor Jack would have got on the pitch, but the temptation was to put him on early, but it would have only took 1 goal, and I wouldn't have liked to have put him under that sort of pressure really just yet. But Sarge did all right when he came on. Used the ball intelligently, so that was really good.
Is it a case of with the conditions as well, part of the reason why you delayed perhaps the substitutions, because it's a tough battle, like you said, if you went 1-0 down, but also experience is needed on the pitch where the ball sometimes holds up in the puddles? Yeah,
there were just so many players that needed probably to get 90 minutes under the belt, probably the positions we had really were, obviously we had the 2 senior attacking players, but obviously Mike and Chrissy and Debs really needed to get 90 minutes, so you can't help having that nervous feeling that you think if somebody scores, it just can quickly turn around, as we've seen. So it wasn't a lack of belief in what the lads could do, but probably more circumstances, that we just stuck by it and wanted to get through. But like Sarge got on, so that's a positive for the youth side.
So a full week now to prepare for our next league game, and important, as you said, to get players that have perhaps been on the fringe to have those 90 minutes, particularly coming to the Christmas period where games are going to come thick and fast.
Yeah, because there's no substitute for playing, no matter what we do in training, and you can see with the weather, I mean, probably that's as good as exercise they'll get. Obviously we can get on all weather pitches, but that was a good, certainly for Devs and Mike and Chrissy in particular, it was a real good exercise for them, so hopefully they benefit from that.
The FA Trophy itself, Wrexham have had a couple of memorable trips to Wembley, one particularly not quite memorable, one not so. Is it a competition where you can rotate a few players and see where it goes, or is it one now, particularly we're out of the FA Cup, that you take seriously?
I think we've got to take it seriously. Anything that's got Wembley at the end of it, for me, is always worth working hard for, and you can rapidly get there. It's not a long haul, but if you get the right draw and get the possibly home draw in the next round, then let's take it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.